So this is Knives Out 3, which just premiered today on Netflix, starring a star-studded cast. Kerry Washington, Josh, this guy, who played Thanos. Obviously Daniel Craig is the Poirot-like character. Benoit LeBlanc. Josh, one of the actors, he was in I think he played Prince Charles in The Crown. He plays the lead, a young priest who has to come and support. He's sent after an altercation with another priest, sent to this small sort of parish, and he has to effectively work with this older priest who's a bit of a edgy character, played by Josh. I've forgotten his name. What's his name again? Josh something. The guy who played Thanos. Anyway, it's called Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out Mystery. I think after the Ryan Johnson who did Last Jedi, he got offered this role, which is Knives Out, where he kind of remade a satirical, almost like a satirical take on sort of murder mysteries with Poirot, and they had a series of famous people in the first one. I think the leads were Anna de Armas, Christopher Plummer, obviously Daniel Craig as the detective, and Captain America himself, actor. Forgotten his name, Chris, Captain America actor, forgotten his name. Anyway, as a result, the original film was only called Knives Out because there was I think a collage with knives on the wall, and it was successful, so they ended up making Knives Out 2, and this is Knives Out 3, which premiered today. I wasn't really a huge fan of number 2. I thought it was a bit over the top. Just a bit too much, the overacting. Number 1 was alright, wasn't intensely amazing, but it was decent. Jamie Lee Curtis was in it as well, actually, and quite a few other actors. And Chris Evans, that's it. And this is number 3. And I think number 3 is a bit slow. In the middle, I didn't really enjoy it. I was like wondering whether to carry on watching or not, but it doesn't fail. I think the third act is pretty decent. I mean, often when it's written and directed by Ryan Johnson. I think sometimes when you make films, they kind of suffer and get a bit slow in the second act, and I think this was pretty slow in the second act. I kind of got tuned off, didn't really resonate much with the characters. I mean, this guy was amazing as one of the leads. He really played an interesting character, but he's an incredible actor anyway. And so, I mean, he's been in Dune, he's been in, the Avengers series, obviously playing Thanos. He's been in this, he's been in lots of films. He's a great actor. And I think he hails from a family of actors. I think his dad was a very famous actor too in the 70s, as much as I understand, 70s, 80s. But yeah, I mean, he plays an interesting priest character who kind of is a bit edgy. He's not the standard thing. There's a lot of themes of the church in this one, and some people don't like that. I found it was decent. And it's effectively another kind of locked room mystery. The standard lock room, somebody goes in a room and, etc. And something happens. And you have to find out how it was done. It's like impossible, but possible. So, I mean, if we could look, this is where it is. Let's see if we can find out what the guy's name is. Terrible. So yeah, written by Ryan Johnson, who also directed. Daniel Craig, Josh O'Connor, that was it. Glenn Close is in it. My apologies, she's great. Josh Brolin, that's it. I think his father was James Brolin. Jeremy Renner's also in it. My apologies. Andrew Scott's also in it. I apologise. He was a great British actor. Mila Kunis is in it, of course. So yeah, I mean, decent film. I don't know. I mean, I think Ryan Johnson gets he gets a bad sort of he gets a lot of stick because of what he did in Last Jedi, which I felt the internet either hated it or loved it. And for me, the Last Jedi, the Star Wars sequels, I don't really have a love or hate for it. I think there are certain sort of cringe moments in it. I think I didn't like the way, as a long time Luke Skywalker fan, I don't like the way what he did with the character. I don't think he gave it enough development for such a legendary bunch of characters, and which is similar to what J.J. Abrams did in the first one and the last one. And I think I don't know. I feel he's kind of this kind of smug director at times when he talks to Star Wars fans, which I don't really like, being a long time Star Wars fan. That said, he's got an interesting take on these murder mysteries. He's been given the budget. Obviously, people know he's got a following. There's a lot of strong pro Rian Johnson sort of followers, and as well as a bunch of anti ones. And I think it's ironic because they all end up watching his films anyway, if only to complain. But I mean, I did feel this was a bit slow. It started off a bit too clever, and I think the middle part, the problem with these Knives Out ones are they're just little bit too clever at times, and I feel some of the acting is just, I don't know if it's deliberately, but it's too much, and it's overacting in a way. As a director myself, and also as a child actor, I mean, I used to act as well. I mean, I kind of find it just a bit over the top, and as a film fan, I just didn't enjoy the first part of this film. I think, well, the very first part is decent, the setup of the characters. The middle bit I didn't like. I felt it was just a bit slow. I got bored. I actually fell asleep in the middle of it. I had to wake myself up and rewind. And the end of the film is decent. I really liked the actual solving of I really liked the solving of the mystery. I felt it was really well done. And I really like sort of whodunits and mysteries. I really like them. Thinking about making I'm actually working on a script to make my own murder mystery, historical murder mystery, that I'm looking for a stately home to shoot it in. But so yeah, I mean, this is Knives Out 3, premiered today on Netflix. Go and check it out. And as it's a Netflix funded film, you won't be able to see it in the cinema. But watch it if only for Josh's great performance, Glenn Close's great performance, Daniel Craig's great performance. To an extent, I mean, I prefer him as Bond, but he's okay in this. And Josh plays a really good sort of lead role as the young priest with a boxing past. And there's some other sort of appearances by other Jeffrey Wright's in it as this kind of side character. Mila Kunis as the side sort of character. But I mean, yeah, I would definitely, it's worth watching. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And this has gone on for a long ramble about Knives Out 3. See you on the next one.